Alright guys, it's very, very early in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's do some Legacy. We're going to play some Reanimator. This is my first time recording with MTGO, so hopefully it goes pretty well. Play our first league match. Join match, see what we got waiting for us. Let's see, double Entomb, double Reanimation spell, a discard spell. We just need a second land. Looks good to us. It's fine. Perfect. We're looking to draw Mox Opal here. Not Mox Opal. Chrome Mox here. I lied. That's what we wanted to draw. Alright. Let's take a peek at my opponent's hand, shall we? Pitching Griselbrand. Alright, we're playing against Storm. Let's go ahead and take away Brainstorm. And put some creatures into play. So we're going to Dark Rit. We're going to Entomb. We're going to go ahead and put in Griselbrand, only because he's going to come with a friend. So let's go ahead and put Griselbrand on the battlefield. Draw 7 cards. I think at this point, we're just going to unmask and pass. So let's go ahead and take away Lotus Petal and leave him to. Alright, I found it. Next time we're putting Chancellor into play. We could have gone for the draw 7 to do it this turn, but yeah. I don't think my opponent's got enough going on to really stop me when I just go for it right now. So, Dark Ritual, Entomb. Let's go ahead and put Chancellor of the Annex into the graveyard and get it back. Is that game? That's game. Alright. Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of this chat on the side. I'm sure that's impacting how easy it is for you guys to see. Alright. So we're against Storm. Storm. Alright. Against Storm, we definitely want these Regisaurs. Let's see. Kind of want the Shenanigans because it can kind of break them up. Storm doesn't usually have ley lines, but, you know, it's always an option, especially in this format. Chancellor is an A+ threat, but Ashen Rider is not nearly as good here. Let's see here. Come on, a couple of Thoughtseizes. They are a combo piece, but let's see. Come on, Animate Dead, and probably. I think this is one of those situations where we can actually kick the Vilis. It's not like they're ever going to have any creatures, and if they have. Alright, I'm going to need to figure out how to turn that off. It's a pretty easy mulligan. Especially, yeah. This is great. This is a turn 1 Rotting Regisaur. Let's go ahead and put this on the bottom. Hit done. Alright, let's see what we got. Swamp. Tormod's Crypt. Yep, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, opponent. You're going to discard us now? That's fine. Look at our 7/6 that you have to take. Take our 7/6. Took our Faithless Looting. Well, that can't be good. Are they just gonna try and kill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's put a turn 1 7/6 into play. Alright, go ahead, opponent. You have 3 turns. You have 3 turns. Spend them wisely. A little surprised that my opponent didn't take the Regisaur there. So on upkeep, we're probably discarding Lotus Petal. Yep. Perfect. So, combat. Take 7, opponent. They're probably counting on having me dead before this hits them 3 times, which is, fairly reasonable. I may also plan on bouncing it during our upkeep at some point in response to its own trigger. So I'm trying to keep cards in hand so we can recast it. We getting dismembered? That's not good enough. Uh-oh. No, we're getting deaded. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and yield until the next end step and let our opponent do their thing. Looks like we're getting Adnaz right here. Not quite. 4 or 5 Adnaz. Preordain. Wonder why my opponent thought they had to go for it. It's very odd. 4 mana. Sure. Tendrils. Ah, they're buying themselves some time. Sure. Okay. Yep. Buying yourself some attack steps with the Regisaur. Makes sense. Alright, now we are going to bin the Griselbrand because we want them to pop this Tormod Crypt. We have 2 lands in play, and we have a way to continuously put things in the graveyard. So, discard GBs. See, that leaves us exactly... Yeah, we don't have... Alright. So we can go to attacks. We're going to discard this Dark Ritual next turn. That's pretty good value tendrils out of our opponent, though. It gives them a lot of draw steps. Alright. That was their first brick. Faithless Looting. Let's see what we got with that. Draw 2, discard 2. Oh no, it's Rotting Regisaur. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get in our 7. And pass turn. You have 2 more turns again, opponent. That was exactly how many turns you got bought with your value tendrils. Oh, LED. It's 1. No way. Did they get another spell that kills us? Probably. It says pay costs. Oh. Are we dead? We're taking out Rotting Regisaurs on the play. This is definitely on the draw plan. Sure. Okay. Do you have second Tendrils of Agony, opponent? Was that a fail to find? No, definitely ad nauseum. So they're dead? Definitely dead, right? Yep. Good game, opponent. Good game. Oh. Yeah, duress Thoughtseize, none of that does it. So you're gonna Thoughtseize me and die now, opponent? Good games. Yep. Pretty sure there's nothing you draw into at this point. I thought they were just going to try and see if they can they were going to get up to a 3-spell tendrils. Alright, 2-0. Rotting Regisaur is showing its worth as it carries the ball over home plate. Let me just pop over something real quick. Oh, that was the wrong section. Boink, boink. Alright. Gotta find a more efficient way to do this. Alright, 1-0-2-0 against Storm. Storm does tend to be one of the deck's better matchups. And we kind of invalidated that Tormod's Crypt game too, so that was kind of cool. Would you like to play first? Yes. This hand is acceptable. Let's go ahead and keep it. Keep. Chancellor, the Annex. Okay. I think a turn 1 Chancellor, the Annex is fine, so that is what I'm just going to go for. So, Badlands, Lotus Petal, Unmask, targeting me, pitching Ashen Rider. We're going to discard this Chancellor, the Annex, and we're just going to put it into play. It'll be a little sad, obviously, if we draw a Griselbrand off the top, but forcing them to have double Force of Will turn 1 is kind of nice. Remember, single Force does not get there. We did pre-game our Chancellor. Let's get rid of the game chat. Yep, alright. Turn 1 Chancellor, the Annex. Your first spell costs 2, and every spell after that's going to cost 1. Let's see what you're on, opponent. Thanks for sharing the information rather than conceding. Basic Swamp. Triggers. Triggers. Alright. Well then. Basic Swamp Cabal Therapy. Draw 2. Discard 2. That's fine. Let's get in there for our first 4. Opponent's on a 5-turn clock. It's a little bit better if you get to Exhume it in because it cuts a whole turn off the clock, but you know, obviously turn 1 Chancellor is not our best line. Always. But it's a pretty strong line. Turn 1 4/6 and Legacy can sometimes just get there. Our opponent is also on Reanimator. That's great. Yeah? Huh. Alright, so we're playing the Mirror. Ashen Rider. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think you understand how this works, maybe? Why'd you play the Lotus Petal? It doesn't make you want it this turn, I guess. Oh, you don't have, maybe you don't have a way to pick up the Ashen Rider. Ah, okay. Let's go ahead and cut Reanimate off as an out. So now you need to have Animate Dead, which you probably have, and that's what you're paying, is so that you could afford it. Ready? Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Are you going to remove a land, or are you going to remove my Chancellor? Yep. I'm also an Ashen Rider opponent. I agree. It's a good one. Ooh, they probably have another reanimation spell, that means. What they're also doing is giving us the option to draw the reanimation spell off the top. They have no creatures, so Exhume is live. Ah, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We are not on therapy, so I forgot about that. See, wonder what they name. Dark Ritual. Yeah, that's fine. Beginning combat step, end step. Alright, let's go ahead and rip Reanimate off the top. That is not Reanimate. Alright, we're going to go ahead and yield through end of turn, but this is probably the game. It's fine if they have another reanimation spell. They do. And take away our last land. It's a very rude opponent. Vilis, Broker of Blood. It's no good. Alright, let's take a couple draw steps. Fetch line is the best because it allows us to use this Faithless Looting. Oh, we're done. They got us. Alright, so we are playing the mirror match. So Exhumes are a snap cut. Excuse me. Vilis is a cut. Iona is an MVP. Trophy 2. Let's see. Thoughtseize is great. Ashen Rider is great. Chancellor is great. Don't think I want Lake of the Dead. Yeah, I don't think I'll have the time to really make Lake of the Dead work, so let's go. It's fine if our first match we lose is the mirror. Dark Ritual, Entomb, a silence effect. Alright, let's go ahead and keep this. This hand potentially puts a Griselbrand into play the first turn of the game, if this Faithless Looting is kind to us. Let's find out. And we have Assassin's Trophy, so if they do have Leyline, we get to interact with it. They do not, so let's go ahead and... They are not a Wasteland deck either, just like we are not, so let's go ahead and Faithless Looting. Faithless Loot allows us to discard this and this. Let's go ahead and put a Lotus Petal in play, and we'll actually unmask pitching Assassin's Trophy. See what they cap. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Reanimate. Alright. See what you got, opponent. You're gonna Faithless Looting, right? Yep, that's fine. If you Faithless Looting on 1, then you have a pretty good chance of getting another reanimation spell. Yeah, pay and not pay, it's all the same on the Lotus Petal. You either burn the trigger or you pay for it and then just crack the petal, so tomato, tomato. Just going Gristle Daddy, huh? Discarding Gristle Daddy, huh? Alright. Let's go ahead and Dark Ritual here. Flashback, Faithless Looting. Alright, this is fine. Let's go ahead and Entomb Chancellor, play a Polluted Delta, and Thoughtseize our opponent. What you got, opponent? What kind of toys you playing with? What kind of toys are you playing with? Pause means our opponent probably didn't want to be Thoughtseized. Yeah, we're probably getting surgical now. Yeah, that's fine. Opponent has surgicals in their board. Yep. Oh. Did they only exile the one or did they exile them all? They exiled them all. Take away Entomb. Alright, so I guess we're gonna play the game of who can draw to a land first, or who can draw to Reanimate first. Well played, opponent. Alright, first loss was the mirror. We really needed to draw to one of our Animate Deads. Our opponent leaving in Exhume in the mirror is kind of interesting. But it seemed to work out pretty well as well. Alright, we're on the draw. And we have a turn 2 Vilis, but I don't think that's good enough. With this one, we have a turn 1 Griselbrand, and I think that is good enough. Alright, let's go ahead and put away one of these Chancellors. Opening game action. There you go. Alright, so Chancellor the Annex. There you go. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to him as well. Since they didn't do anything on one, it's very likely that they have Force of Will. And even if it's just that they have Daze, there's no reason for us to play into that. Chancellor got a spell. That's all we're really looking for. Like, this is fun. Yeah. I'm just going to pass it on back our way, I'm sure. I don't really want to wait 2 turns. So we can target ourselves. See if our opponent responds. We could have played the land to play around. Yeah, I figured that they were forcing it either way. Alright. Now we're going to play the land and pass the turn. Unmask, targeting ourselves getting forced always feels, you know, okay. See what our opponent has. A Goofy. Sure. Let's go ahead and go get a second Badlands, because there's a good chance that they'll wasteland us. Let's draw Entomb off the top. How's that sound? How's that sound? Or Faithless Looting. It's not quite what we were looking for, but that's okay. See if we can get Entomb or Faithless Looting next draw step. Why they were tapped out was obviously way better, but I'll take it now. Dark Ritual. So I'm at 6, 2 draw steps. Being hit by this Goofy is still fine. So let's go ahead and pass it back. Yep, there's the wasteland I told you was going to come. We're okay with that, though. We have this Dark Ritual. It's fine. Quave's getting in there, though. Alright, that's a Faithless Looting. That's a Faithless Looting. Let's go for it. Faithless Looting. Spell Pierce. Alright, well. We can afford to pay for that, so let's find out if it's good enough. Days? No days. Alright. Let's pay for Spell Pierce. Draw 2, discard 2. Alright, Chancellor and Griselbrand, and got some good ones off the top. Let's Dark Red again. Animate Dead, targeting Griselbrand. I prefer it doesn't get countered, but I'm pretty sure this one won't. And if it does, we still have Reanimate. Yep, didn't get countered. Alright, now what we're going to do is Reanimate the Chancellor too, and pass the turn. Alright. Really feel like we kind of pulled that one in off the top. That's kind of why you play this deck, is to have access to lines like that. Edict us. Trigger. Trigger. Yeah, Griselbrand's dead. That's fine. So we'll be in a staring contest. I mean, you can swing it if you want. Block. Silly opponent, come on. Yep. It's not like I can attack back, so I get it, but draw. And Entomb is less than useful. Yep. Let's go ahead and yield through end of turn. If they have land plus Edict, that's going to be the game. What you got, opponent? They also have a way to get this Goyf up to 6 power. It's basically the game. We'll have 1 draw step to draw a reanimation spell. I was going to say, we can do the whole Maze of It thing, but I'm going to block again, opponent. Faithless Looting. Is that one good? Ugh. Definitely wouldn't call it good, but it's definitely the spell we're casting. Alright. Well, we definitely went from being really on the back foot to kind of pulling it back together to being on the back foot again. Exhume off the top would kind of be where we're looking to be. It's actually a good thing we didn't draw that 7 off Griselbrand, is because it's a good chance that we would have just died when they abrupt decayed it. Ghost Quarter. Well, it's going to end up coming after our lands. Joke's on you, opponent. We were already hoping to draw the reanimation spell off the top. You just get to take away our Faithless Looting. Yep. Still can I attack in? I mean, can. Alright. I'll play into a daze. I'm okay with this. We can go ahead and grab Bayou here, because that way, since it's probably our last Faithless Looting, since there's this Ghost Quarter in play. I mean, I'm going to keep Reanimate because I have life linkers in my deck, but currently not a very useful spell. Currently not a very useful spell. Bet they have Liliana's for Edicts too. Ghost Quarter probably enables the double black. Yep. That's fair of an opponent to not be sure if we have another basic. Double checking real quick. Nothing in our deck that costs 3 currently. Post board, there'll be some Rotting Regisaurs that we can put in play right now. Regisaur would actually be pretty decent here. Just start trying to clock him with the Regisaur while leaving back the Chancellor. Alright. We are now going to start firing off these Entombs to try and get some bad draws out of our deck to try and make that top deck to reanimate a little bit more likely. Not reanimate. We already have reanimate. We need Animate Dead, which probably will be met with Abrupt Decay, or, I mean, we're going to block. If you have something, you have something. I can't not block, opponent. Disfigure? What you got? Ah, Bolt. That's fine. Renin 6. Oof. Oof. Alright. Let's go. I like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I like it. So, let's go ahead and throw Chancellor in the graveyard. Let's go ahead and throw... What else we thrown in the graveyard? Can't Faithless Looting anymore, so we can't go with that line. I think it doesn't really matter which we throw since we already have a Griselbrand. So, okay. It's not like we could have tried to play around this. We just play into the Renin 6. That's fine. Yep. Nope. We hit Exhume, so we get to continue playing Magic. Let's go. Force? Do you have Force, opponent? Daze isn't good enough. You tap that Spell Pierce. Alright. So... if they have Bolt, we're dead. That's just a fact of life. Okay. Yeah, Bolt, we're dead. Other option is to reanimate Ashen Rider and exile the Goyf. Still dead to Bolt, because Bolt plus Renin 6 still kills us. But it's pretty nice there. Dreadhorde Arcanist. You do have a Bolt in their grave, right? I don't know. Just oh, they picked up a land. Okay, sure. They do not have a lightning bolt. Oh, right, they ran in 6 it. They didn't bolt it. I expected them to bolt it. They ran in 6 it. That's right. That's what's happened. All right. I think this is the line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack them. We're going to cast Reanimate on the Ashen Rider. If they counter Reanimate, we get to draw. If they don't counter Reanimate, we need the life. Alright, we're going to go ahead and exile Dreadhorde Arcanist. We are at 3, but we're already dead to Bolt, so shrug. Alright, opponent trying to thin out all of their non-Bolt lands because they know they're dead next turn. This has been a hell of a game, guys. Really, some serious back and forth. That's 4 looks. That is 4 looks of the lightning bolt right there. And our opponent kept it. Well played. Well played, opponent. That was well played. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and bring these in. Not nearly Elesh. Not as Elesh one, not quite as great. We're going to leave in Vilis. We're on the play, so we're going to leave in the Chancellors. On the draw, we'll probably cut one. Problem is normally I would just trade out these threats. Ashen Rider is pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and take down Chrome Mox. Alright. We are on the play. Let's see what we got here. Looting, Reanimate, and a discard spell. Let's keep. Leyline of the Void. Alright. Pretty sure I did not bring in anything against Leyline of the Void, so we are dead to it. Well played, opponent. Hell of a first game. Sorry on the second game. Yep. Alright, well, we ran the 1-0 into the 1-2. As you do. See if we can rally this back. Hey, our opponent last round is right here on the trophy leaderboard list. Neat. Savoro 087. 0827. Yep. That was a hell of a first game. Had to find the bolt and did. Wish I knew if they shuffled. Either way, it was a great game. Oh. Ooh. Sorry about the yawn, guys. It is like 3:30 in the morning. 3:43. I'm going to try and finish out this league and get it up on YouTube for y'all, though. Quick peek over at this. Fortunately, I have no way to check chat other than that. So, sorry, guys. Eventually, when I get a little bit better setup for MTGO, we'll have this a little bit better. Alright. Well, I'm going to mulligan this. I'm going to mulligan this too. Mulligan to 4 or keep these. Mulligan to 4. We will keep these 4. Keep. Put 3 cards back. 1, 2. Three. Alright, done. See if my opponent Thoughtseizes me on 1. If they Thoughtseize me on 1, I'll probably concede. Oh, opponent. Well, our opponent decided to register Mother of Runes, so this looks like it should be a pretty good first turn for us. So let's go ahead and fetch. I'm going to go ahead and grab Swamp since they're almost certainly a Wasteland deck. Let's go ahead and Dark Ritual and Entomb Reanimate something. I'm thinking Griselbrand. So since we still have a black floating, let's... Oh. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and realized that our Mold of 4 was still too good for their deck. Alright, so... we're going to bring in Norn and Iona. We're going to leave an Ashen Rider. We're going to take out a Griselbrand and a Chancellor. Chancellor is... we're actually probably taking out 2 Chancellors. Chancellor's pretty bad against them. Bringing out Archetype. They're almost certainly a Wasteland deck, but they're going to have a hard time beating a Grave Titan too. They're one of the better decks against Rotting Regisaur. And Unmask is not needed as badly against them. We're going to bring in the Grave Titans. And we'll see if we need the Assassin's Trophies for Game 3. Right now, this looks pretty good. Alright, Elu Dingle. Yep. This is turn 1 thing with a bunch of floating mana. I'm good. Bring in effect. Opponent does have access to Ley Lines of the Void. That's good to know. Wonder what they're casting. Ah, Green Sun Zenith. Go for it. Birds of Paradise. Alright. Alright, opponent. Let's go ahead and tutor out that other Badlands. Wait, if we get Wastelanded, it won't be too bad. Draw 2, discard 2. We are never casting Elesh Norn. Alright, cool. Exile those 2 and go. We'll definitely be bringing in Assassin's Trophies for the last game. Alright, opponent, what you got? Please tell me you kept a very medium hand on the back of a Ley Line of the Void. Please tell me you kept a medium hand on the back of this Ley Line of the Void. Huh? Maybe? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Let's find out here. White, green. Are we looking at Night of the Reliquary, or is this a Green Sun Zenith? Zenith for 2, sure. Scavengly News. I mean, I'm not saying that probably wasn't necessary. I'm just saying I'm probably already not removing the Ley Line of the Void. Let's go ahead and discard that and that. Play another land. Play another Looting. We have at least 1 card we get to discard for free. 2 cards we get to discard for free. Alright, if we draw Griselbrand, we're hard casting him. 2, 4, 6, 7. 8. Ooh. Alright, we need 1 more mana source. Then we're hard casting our Griselbrand. Get in there for 2, opponent. You got it. So they're Maverick. I kind of figured there was some form of Althalia deck. Let's find out what our opponent's casting now. No? Scrib Ranger. That's fine. They can make 2 mana instant speed if they needed to, with Bayou and Birds of Paradise. In fact, it looks like they're going to do that right now. Yep. 3 mana total. Maybe play a Night of the Reliquary. Is it a Night of the Reliquary? Why did you keep in Mother of Runes against us? I mean, yeah. I'm actually going to go for this line, even though it's very unlikely they have anything worth taking. Let's go ahead and take a peek. It's even less likely I'm going to draw Griselbrand. They do have double Knight of the Reliquary. Alright, they got this one. So they do have Leyline, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our anti-Leyline deck. We're going to take out Iona. We don't need Chancellors, since obviously they're non-surgicals. Grave Titan's a super castable threat. Maybe I should have still tried to draw the Grave Titan. Might have been a pun there. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take this Archetype and throw it in there too. If they do have a Crocus, Ashen Rider will answer it for us. Let's go. Opponent appears to be resideboarding too. Like to play first? Yes. Maybe they're removing Mother of Runes from their deck. I mean, we're going to keep this. They're going to have a Leyline. And we're going to lose. That's okay. Yep, there's our Leyline. Step 1 achieved. Alright, so go ahead and fetch. Grab a swamp. Thoughtseize them. What have you got, opponent? What have you got? A forest, a wasteland. Alright, so you got no way to cast most of your threats. So we're going to take away all your threats and hope that that's all you had. Alright, so buy Entomb, Thoughtseize you again. Alright. Take away your scavenging use. Go ahead, opponent. You cannot cast any of your spells currently. Oof. That should have been a consideration. Bayou. Sure. Almost want to shame concede. I'll go ahead and let it resolve instead. They have to take the trophy. Yeah. The hand's still kind of locked, but yeah. We would have just got wastelanded anyways, so maybe it doesn't matter. See what we got. Okay, well, best on our deck now is Grave Titan. Let's see a Grave Titan. Fetch land also isn't terrible. Elesh Norn's pretty bad, though. Elesh Norn's pretty bad. We kept our hand because we got to dumpster them if they didn't have a Leyline, and if they did have a Leyline, it was pretty rough. Alright, let's go ahead and burn this Lotus Petal for a Faithless Looting. Faithlessly loot. So I'm going to go ahead and ditch those two, but I'm actually going to keep the Entomb. Because we hit the land there, now if we draw into Assassin's Trophy, we can go ahead and try and put a big thing into play. Go ahead. Opponent not hitting a white source is very good for us. Yep. Yep. Alright, well we got our A plus B combo, so if we get there, we get to get there. Remember, we cannot go fetch up that Bayou. Oh, there's them having a white source. What you got, opponent? I like you tapping out a wasteland, opponent. Alright, let's go ahead and fetch a response. See if you have another Wasteland. Bayou. Let's go ahead and fetch a response. Badlands. Alright. Ithalia resolves. Womp womp. Alright. I think we can cast Griselbrand too. So let's go ahead and do that. We need to draw Assassin's Trophy, Grave Titan, something like that, basically that turn. Like, our opponent doesn't know it, but they should definitely be Dark Ritual. Yep. Should definitely be wastelanding us. Right now they're leaving us the out of drawing into an Assassin's Trophy still. Not gonna happen now. Hey, that sounded like a follower. Thank you so much. Let me find out what your name is. Secura50. Thank you so much for following. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to quite draw out of this one. Let's see, 5. Alright, we can still put a Grave Titan in play next turn and still try and work our way out of this. Let's go ahead and discard the bad art on Exhume and pass the turn. Alright. Alright, so this one's probably wrapped up. Thank you again so much for joining us on the stream. I'm sorry I have to keep switching back and forth on that. I'm working on getting a multi-monitor set up. So we're going to take 5 here and be dead on board. Once again, our out is draw into a Grave Titan. Grave Titan will generate 2 chumpers for us. And be a 6/6. We, very early game wanted... That's not good. Alright. Well, win some, you lose some. That's fine. Well played, opponent. Well played. So we are X and 3. I'm going to go ahead and play one more before I wrap it up. As a thank you for my new follower. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream. I look forward to playing some more Reanimator in the future. We started off pretty strong. We lost the Mirror Match 2. Match 3, we had a great Game 1. If you'd like to, you should totally check it out on my YouTube at Alex Brown. Amazing Game 1. And then, of course, we just had our Match 4. We went 1 and 2. So we kept a hand Game 3 that just absolutely dumpstered our opponent if they didn't have Leyline of the Void. And they had it in their 7. And I may have made a misplay regarding fetching. That's still a little up in the air, especially since they did have the Wasteland I was trying to play around. But, let's see if we can win the match that doesn't matter, shall we? Alright, take a peek back. Time and queue, we just hit a minute. Let's see what our next opponent's on. Hopefully we hit a deck like Elves where we just get to have no interaction and drop a big fatty fat into play. We are trying Vilis today, which is definitely even better against our Elves opponent, if that we're really hoping to pair against, and is also fairly manageable against his other creature decks. Now that I think about it, it actually would have been fine to also cast Vilis, but we couldn't have by the time that they landed the 2-mana Thalia. So definitely need to kill our opponent before they hit their white source, which we had plenty of time to do so. Happens. Definitely expected surgicals over ley lines, but maybe that's just seeing some local things versus what's more common, because I don't know if it's more common for Maverick to be playing ley lines. I thought it was way more common for them to be playing more creature-based threats, like Containment Priest. Then again, you know, let me go ahead and look that up real quick. Only because I don't want to be misquoting my viewers, and if it's very common for them to be having ley lines, Maverick. Although Maverick and Legacy already. I personally like the deck. I think it's really cool whenever I can see green is my favorite color in Magic. So if there's definitely a green playable deck, go for it. In Modern, I'm playing Green Tron, which is kind of a green deck, right? Alright, let's see. No Leyline of the Voids in the first one. Let's check out the second one. This is just off of no Leyline of the Voids in the second one. Let's check out the third one. Third one has Containment Priest, no Leyline of the Voids, and the fourth one. Surgical Extractions. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. At least I don't feel like I took the ball and punted it all of the way across the field. So our opponent had Leylines of the Void, and that's not too common. So let's see if we found us a victim. Alright, let's join the match. This is going to be the last match of this morning. It is like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to get a little bit in while yay old girlfriend was sleeping. Alright. I think we're unmasking on one and then just going for it, so we're keeping. We are keeping, alright. What are you playing, opponent? What are you playing, opponent? Double Force of Will, Ponder. I mean, they have double Force of Will, but they only have one of them right now. So let's go ahead and... They're going to force this. Like, 100% they're going to force this into him. That's fine. We just cast 1 mana Hymn to Torok. They're on 1 land currently, so we're hoping to draw out of it before they do, basically. That is not good for us. It means they're going to put red and 6 into play and pick their land back up. That's exactly what we're hoping to avoid. Yep. Good play, opponent. Alright, we're just going to play this land and pass. They still have Force of Will. Next turn they'll have Snap Ponder, which, up to them, I'd probably snap it off. Yep. Yep. Not going so good for our heroes. Not going so well for our heroes. That's fine. I think I probably would have valued getting the threat in play, but, you know, to each their own. The unfortunate part is we're probably dead at this point, but our opponent's still going to take a minute to kill us. Oh, our opponent didn't target us. They must not know it's his target player. Yeah, that's fine. We already pretty much needed a Faithless Looting into the perfects. Did I say our opponent was going to kill us slowly? I meant our opponent was going to kill us as quickly as they can. So, we are going to go ahead and double fetch, and we're going to play out this Lotus Petal here. No. We're actually not going to play out this Lotus Petal here. No. Because that gets up to 7 mana next turn. 8 mana, sorry. If we draw a land. Yep. Red and 6, man, really makes keeping those one-landers fine as long as you hit the second land, right? Second Goofy. Yep. Yep. Alright, opponent's keeping 3 cards in hand. Can't be good news for us. We're going to go ahead and cast this now. If they want to take down their deck fade and take it, that's fine. If they have Abrupt Decay, that's going to be a little frustrating, because that's going to add a new card type that I didn't have to let them have. Alright. I imagine that they're just going to lock up the game. Let's see. They didn't emblem their Ren in 6. They're just going to hit us for 10, which seems fine here. They're going to force our Griselbrand, and we're going to lose the game. Alright. We didn't even get a chance to cast the Griselbrand, right? Yep. Alright, so into check pile. We go with basically, we're going to have Surgicals, Goyfs aren't that amazing since they've moved on to Renin 6 as their main threat. Ashen Rider's not that good. Chancellors are only so-so. They're better on the play, though. Probably going to keep 3 and bring in 2 Grave Titans. And really, that's probably about all the sideboarding I'm going to do. If I had access to Magus of the Moon, I'd be bringing that in because their mana base is just non-functional while that card is in play. But Renin 6, definitely showing why that card is a $90 card at the moment, isn't it? Opponent kept 1 lander, ripped the second land off the top, and Renin 6 just grabbed the ball and ran all the way to the finish line, didn't it? Alright, opponent's taking a minute here to sideboard. Let's take a minute to review. I don't think we want Regisaurs. Do we? Maybe we do. I think I'm fine with how we boarded. Let's see here. Dark Ritual, Unmask myself, Reanimate, Vilis. This is a keep. Let's hope they don't have Surgical and Force of Will. Alright, so Swamp. Unmask myself, pitching the Dark Ritual. Vilis. Alright, let's go ahead and reanimate this 8-drop, draw 8 cards, and pass with my guy in play that is pretty decent against their deck. Unless, you know, this draw 8 actually turns out to be insane. It's not insane by any means, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and discard a couple of these here, Chancellor, the Annexes. By discarding 3 of the same card, we also slightly insulate against Surgical. See what the opponent's going to do. That's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and lead off on a Dark Ritual. Opponent did not daze. Okay. Go ahead and play out a Badlands, Entomb. Alright, we're going to get to do the thing. We're going to get to do the thing. They're going to Surgical us, aren't they? They're going to Surgical us. You know what? That's fine. Surgical my Griselbrands. I still have these Animate Deads. Nope. Opponent doesn't want to see us throwing 14 cards off a Griselbrand, so I do not blame them. Alright, so these Chancellors are just really, really, really bad. So we're going to bring in some Rotting Regisaurs. Let's go. Close out of this. Turn 1 Rotting Regisaur, and then on my upkeep, I'm going to discard a Griselbrand. Let's go. You're pondering on one opponent? You're Thoughtseizing me. That's fine. Inquisition. That's actually slightly worse. So yeah, you're probably going to take the Regisaur here. Took the Reanimate. Alright. So I have an answer to the Regisaur, but not to the... to me putting a Griselbrand in play, huh? Alright, that's fine. What you got? Baleful Strix. Yep. That is definitely an answer to this card. We'll go. We shouldn't always yield, but definitely we're yielding for now. Alright. Let's get in there for 7. Our opponent almost assuredly is going to block. Yep. It's actually kind of good for us. Gets it out of the way. Hello, Dak Faden. Greatest thief in the multiverse. So yeah, probably during the Surgical. Alright. So we're going to try and get a second name in the graveyard. What do we got? Oh, Leovold. Leo Boldy Boy. Alright, let's go ahead and Entomb. Let's go ahead and Entomb. Alright, Leo Boldy Boy. Grave Titan's kind of still a castable threat, so I don't want to ditch him. So let's go ahead and ditch Vilis. We literally have 5 lands. Mind you, we only have 5 total mana-producing lands, so we actually can't cast Grave Titan without a Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, etc. Oh, yeah. The Exhume off the top does mean that they get their Baleful Strix back, but I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters at all. They had Force. That's fine. That's fine. 3 cards left in hand. One of them was Force. Let's just top deck again, guys. Just top deck once more. Opponent's trying to make sure they have Force or Edicts or things. This deck Faden definitely carrying its weight. Oof, that's a big goif. Oh. I think that Spell Bomb cuts off our last out, guys. Alright. We're going to cast this Reanimate. We're going to target Snapcaster Mage. See if they target their own graveyard. It's a hot line against Snapcaster Mage decks for those of you that haven't seen it before. Because what happens is when Snapcaster Mage comes back, he's going to get flashback to Reanimate. And we could have done it to Exhume. But that's what I figured was going to happen. So, we're dead. Let's see, 7, 8, 5, 3, yeah. We are likely, but not factually dead, so I'm not quite conceding yet. I'm feeling dead, mind you guys, and this league's probably over, but we're going to go ahead and... Let's see, if I don't jump now, I take 8, go to 7, yeah, that's fine. I'll jump next turn. Alright, well, there's Entomb. That's definitely the first piece of the puzzle. So we don't have Vilis anymore. Ah, well. Guess we should have chump block. Alright. Well played, opponent. Well played. Alright, guys, well, this is a little bit of a disappointing league. You know what? Let me turn off the recording real quick so that I can start a new one for the video on YouTube, and let's go ahead and jump back in for another one. So,